Not sure if you're living your purpose on the planet? Well, I'm about to give you 3 reasons why you're right on track, even if you doubt it. And in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to talk about how for professional and part-time healers and mystics like you and me, there is a reproducible and predictable pattern to our unfolding, to our evolution, that, you know, that sort of explains whatever we're experiencing in the moment, and I'm going to give you the 3 parts of that process. And I just happen to have a tool, you might say. What it is I give you, it's a link, and what you do, you click that link, and then it asks you to answer, asks you to pick a statement that's relevant to what you're noticing in your life right now, and then it will sort of spit out this report that tells you where you are on this map, which of those 3 parts of the process you're on, and a lot of detail about it too, like the emotions that are involved and the things that you might be experiencing as a result. So if you want that, that's something that I often offer as a lead magnet and ask people for their email address. But if you want that, just raise your hand in the comments and I'll give it to you for free without even asking for your email address and all that. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Dr. Jay Eaker from the BioSoul Integration Center here in Louisville, Colorado, and I've been helping professional and part-time healers and mystics to embody their soul's gifts and their soul's essence for the last 20 years or so, and I've seen a few thousand people over the course of that time. I've written a book. So been around the block a little bit. And again, in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you how, for professional part-time healers and mystics, for those who have ears to listen, there is a predictable and reproducible pattern to your unfolding, so that, you know, we tend to get sort of like wrapped up in the details, the content of what we're experiencing, and can get sort of attached to that. But if we can stand back and be a little more meta, that's very helpful. And so there are these sort of themes, common themes that show up. And I'll tell you what those 3 themes are. So let's get into it. The first point that I want to make in explaining this is that the universe is constantly evolving. It's constantly adding new stuff and also harmonizing and integrating that new stuff. And that sort of that results in the sort of evolution of the universe. And we are embedded in the fabric of the universe, and so we are being asked, the universe is life, the universe, God, whatever you want to call it, is asking us to evolve, for us to become more complex beings, and also for us to integrate that complexity. And so we are constantly being asked to evolve as well. And that means that every person, every situation, everything we feel, everything we encounter is designed, it's part of that evolution. Again, we might sort of get caught up in the minutiae and the details. Oh, this thing is happening to me again. We get wrapped up in the details, in the content of what's happening. But if we could stand back and look, we'd notice that there was a theme. There was a certain theme that's unfolding in what's happening to us. And, you know, what's happening to us is part of our evolution. It's part of that unfolding. And so we're never not on track. We might feel like, oh, I'm messing this up, or I've gotten off the path. We're never not on the path. Even when we feel like we've gotten off the path, the feeling like we've gotten off the path is part of being on the path. It's part of these rhythms, these themes, these stages that I'm talking about. And so if we can sort of manage to look at life in that way, if we can sort of stand back far enough to notice, like, oh, okay, I can't mess this up. Everything that I'm encountering is part of some plan for my life and for my unfolding. If we can sort of take that view, and we pay attention, there are certain themes that we'll start to notice. We'll start to notice the themes of our unfolding. And those themes are, I have this handy dandy graph here. I'll show them to you. You know that this represents our unfolding, our evolution, how life is evolving us. And there are 3 different distinctions here you see, and the first of those is engage. There are parts of ourselves that we've pushed away, that we've discounted, and the first part of that process is to re-engage, to engage with those parts. The next step of the process is where the rubber meets the road, is to embody those parts of us that we've pushed away and the parts that we've made unconscious, to bring those into consciousness and embody them and integrate them into our wholeness so that they are added to us and they have wisdom. And then the third part of the process, once we've done that, is we start to naturally feel compelled to express wisdom from a place of greater wholeness. So in short, those are the three parts of the process, and I'll be talking more in detail about them later on, and all of these details here in other videos. But again, if you want that tool that I mentioned, it's a tool that you can use all the time. Whenever things shift for you, whenever you're feeling this or feeling that, you can run that tool, and it'll ask you to, again, pick a statement that feels most relevant to your life right now, and then it'll spit out this report and give you all sorts of detail about where you are in that process. And again, it's designed to help you stay present, get a little meta with the content, the details, and be more, connected to the greater context. Okay, so I hope that's helpful. I'll see you in the next video, and I look forward to helping you express more life. Have a great day.